made progress and where more needs to be done.
That assessment about U.S.-China relations was repeated several times when the U.S. Secretary of State briefed the media on his last day in China during his second official visit to the country. Yet he also spent a lot of his time on how much difference there is with China regarding trade and the Russian-Ukraine conflict. China believes it is important to keep normal trade with Russia. China has also said it has not provided weaponry to any party, adding that it is not a producer or party involved in the Ukraine crisis. China also warns about the U.S. false narrative of the so-called overcapacity of China's solar panels and electronic vehicles, not when the world is in urgent need to deal with climate change in a timely manner and in a more cost-efficient way. And free trade is vital for a globalized world. Meanwhile, during the presser, the U.S. Secretary of State stopped short of citing key issues that China considers as the right lines, for example, the Taiwan question and the South China Sea. So no wonder there is genuine concern in China about the relationship of the world's two largest economies falling short of recovery despite tremendous efforts being made by the Chinese side. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi, who is also a member of the Political Bureau of the Communist Party of China's Central Committee, in an earlier meeting with Blinken on Friday, warned about the increasing negative factors and various disruptions in the relationship, despite great efforts made by the two presidents for a future-oriented vision of the relations. On Friday, Chinese President Xi Jinping also made it clear during his meeting with the visiting U.S. Secretary of State that with bilateral relations, right choices need to be made. He suggested China and the U.S. should be partners rather than rivals, should help each other succeed rather than hurt each other, should seek common ground and resolve differences rather than engage in vicious competition, and honor words with actions rather than say one thing but do the opposite. This is Blinken's second official visit to China as America's top diplomat, at a time when there are increasing concerns from China about whether Washington is making sincere efforts toward mutual respect, peace, and cooperation with China. Meanwhile, the trust deficit is one of the toughest challenges facing bilateral relations. The U.S. Secretary of State did suggest, though, during his presser, that both governments have agreed to start the first artificial intelligence dialogue soon and reiterated the commitment to more people-to-people exchanges, especially among the young people. Tian Wei, CGTN, Beijing.